Yikes, brother. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Another hidden account. Shocker.
Minions have spawned.
What's wrong with Chris Brown? He almost beat Rihanna to death? What do you mean? He almost literally beat Rihanna to death? And people are still fans of him because people have this weird fascination for people who are famous? People have this weird fascination with people who are famous. Okay. Surprised he maintained that much mana throughout all that.
This might be too fancy for me.
I wouldn't say that. It wasn't that bad. Not to defend him at all, but I doubt she was close to death. Levon, that is the most ignorant thing I've ever seen in my life, brother. To be honest with you. That's the most ignorant thing I've seen. Literally, if you send your significant other who is a female to the hospital, if you send your significant other to the hospital for putting your hands on them, and we're gonna play devil's advocate here, brother? No. That's a yikes from me, dog. That's a yikes from me, dog. We're not playing devil's advocate for Chris Brown, who beat a woman. That guy's a piece of shit. What? Why'd that just go through him? The photos are pretty terrible? Yeah, yeah. It's not debatable. You can't say not to defend him, and then in the same breath be like, ah, yeah, the way he beat his girlfriend and sent her to the hospital with multiple lacerations, bruises, and all these different shit on her face. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's like, brother, come on. Come on. That's a yikes. Fans of his are ignorant, I agree. You have this weird fascination for people who are popular for whatever reason, or people who have a lot of money for whatever reason. Ah, you get a pass, you're popular, or make good music. It's like, no. Didn't he throw a chair? He did a lot, bro. Chris Brown is a piece of shit. Anybody who condones what he did, yikes.
Let me take that off your hands.
I was awaited. Is a win? No. We got front doored, and then we died when he was low health because he ulted. So anyways, back to the original statement, Chris Brown is a piece of shit.
This might be too fancy.
Chris Brown is a piece of shit. Actually, what was it? Oh, it was because like something came across my nude feed. It's like, look at, as I said, I'm not defending him. Yes, it was wrong, but domestic violence is everywhere. Famous people are just under the scope more than others, so people I've seen worse. It doesn't matter if you've seen worse. The whole point is, Chris Brown is a piece of shit. And then he said, what'd he do? And I said, what do you mean, what'd he do? He beat his girlfriend. I don't care how bad. You beat your girlfriend. You're a piece of shit. I don't care if it was like, oh, well, it wasn't as bad as it, or whatever.
Withdraw, comrades.
Sometimes force is all they can understand.
That's like the demeanor of like, but did she die? And it's like, okay. I mean, I've seen people die from domestic violence before. Is she dead? Could have been worse, bro. You gotta take them where you can get them. It's like, all right, no. The whole point is Chris Brown's a piece of shit. Somebody asked why. I explained they're a piece of shit because they beat their wife or beat their girlfriend or whatever she was at the time. And I don't care how bad it was. But you can't say, oh, I'm not trying to defend somebody, but like, that's a pretty poor argument in my opinion. But he had a good song, though. I don't care if he saved 10,000 children. You still put your wife, or you put your hands on a significant other or a female in general. You're a piece of shit.
I'm being followed.
This is what fear is. I like
it. You have slain an enemy.
And this is no disrespect to Levon or his opinion. This is no disrespect to him. We're just going to be very passionate about the opinion on Chris Brown being a piece of shit. And there's no way. Like, this isn't a debatable... Like, a lot of times we debate in here, this isn't a debatable topic to me. Chris Brown is a piece of shit. And anybody who doesn't think he's a piece of shit is wrong. There's no debate on my end on that aspect. You send your significant other to a hospital, you send anybody that's generally weaker than you to the hospital, even if it's another dude, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, something scrolled across my feed. It's like, look at Chris Brown with this fan. And I'm like, why would I give a fuck if Chris Brown is standing here with a fan? Why is this even on my fucking feed? You know what I'm saying? Why is this on my feed? Get this piece of garbage off my feed. Why are we giving a piece of shit continually a platform like that? Same thing with like the Casey Anthony shit. Why are you making a fucking documentary about that piece of shit? You're not even like doing a documentary like telling me what happened. You're actually like interviewing her. She deserves no opportunity to ever speak in the public again, brother. None.
Nicely done. Your middle tower is under attack.
Yo, what's up, Filthy? How we doing? To be fair, if you're talking about Andrew Tate towed the line on what you can and should say. So it's not surprising that he got banned, regardless of my opinions on whether he should have gotten banned or not. If you walk that line, you gotta accept the consequences that come with it. So when you toe the line on like, oh, this is like almost awful, right? But then like, kind of not. There's some points drabbled in there. You know what I'm saying? We can't really compare that. It's not like comparing like somebody beating up their girlfriend, comparing them to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate said things, right? There's a difference in what you can and should do in society, but you can't really compare like Chris Brown to Andrew Tate. It's just not a fair example. In like, not even defending him, but that's not a fair example for Tate. You know what I'm saying? He said some really dumb shit that was misogynistic in nature, right? With the way he thinks people should treat women from time to time, right? Take cuts of their OnlyFans, blah, blah, all that. So I don't want to get into that too much because we've talked about it all the time, but comparing those two scenarios is very odd. Oh, I guess you were comparing it. Beating a woman is a huge difference? Ah, no, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. You were saying there's a difference between, like, Andrew Tate getting kicked off the internet and all he did was say some dumb shit, whereas somebody actually beat up a girl and their records are still sold everywhere. I think I understand what you're saying. I think I understand what you're saying.
Fancy for me.
So you're saying, regardless of what he's saying, regardless of your opinions on it, Levon, if anybody ever, and I'm talking about like ever, I'm not saying like the exact to the extent that Rihanna was sent to the hospital. If somebody slapped my daughter, there's no second chances. You can fucking die. Absolute death. Don't care. Nope. So if I would act that same way if that was about my daughter, I would act that same way about somebody else's daughter, right? In all fairness. So anybody who's ever put their hands on a female in a way that send them to the hospital, they deserve 0 second chances. They deserve to be put on an island with nothing but natural predators to humans, naked. And best of luck. Best of luck. How does it feel to be the vulnerable one now? Go fuck yourself. Never. Anybody ever puts their hands on a female or somebody who's just generally weaker than them because they know they can, every single one of those people can go fuck off.
Such a powerful warrior.
For someone not defending him, doing a lot of defending. I'm trying to see your point of view, Levon, but like I don't feel like there's any common ground here. Like I said, this isn't something like I can debate. Because anybody who doesn't condemn it to the point to where it cannot be, there's no second chance. Like if you can't condemn it in the same way that I condemn it, then we're not advocating enough then as other men to ensure that it doesn't happen to women we care about. I guarantee if that happened to somebody, you cared about from a person that people weren't fans of, you'd be of the same mindset of, oh, that guy can just go die, bro. That guy can no longer breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure like it would be different. And if you would feel differently about it if you knew the girl and didn't know the guy, right? If you would feel differently, then you have to put aside your biases, whether you're a fan or not. and still have the same mindset. If you know what I'm saying, if somebody even just put their hands on my daughter, my wife's friend, anybody I knew, and I didn't know the guy, I'd have to treat that the same way as if I'm dealing with an artist, anything like that. You actually probably have more of a integral part in ensuring you make the right decisions if you're a celebrity, because you inherently have more influence. I'm missing so much this game. See our question? So my question is, what if the daughter did that to another person? Like if my daughter sent her fiance, or if my daughter sent her boyfriend to the hospital, I would be upset, like, to an extent, but the extent could never be the same. I would be upset to an extent, but like if my son did it, for instance, I would be more upset if my son did it than if my daughter did it. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with mental health issues. Mental health issues are not an excuse to be a terrible person. Mental health issues are not an excuse. It doesn't matter. So, like, here's an example. Here's an example of the way society works. Mental health issues are not it does not excuse you for your actions. Doesn't matter how depressed you are, doesn't matter how angry you are, none of it matters. None of it. I'll advocate for better mental health options for people, blah, 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 blah. Yes, of course, get help. We'll try to help, but it does not abstain you from the accountability of your actions. So it does not matter if you had severe mental issues, you had a lot of stuff going on that day, doesn't matter. The minions haven't gotten it? Minions haven't gotten the Phoenix? They were in there for the...
Strike back.
I had a full fire minion wave against a regular wave in the Phoenix, and they didn't get the Phoenix. Holy shit. As Dave Chappelle said, what did she do to get slapped? It's a bias that many people would agree. Well, when you guys are talking, so the biasness when you guys are talking about if your daughter did it compared to your son did it, yes, it's a bias, but a lot of times I'm not thinking about the sex of the person involved. I'm thinking about the capability of violence of the person doing the action. So for instance, if a woman MMA fighter was with a scrawny small dude, I would start to lean away from caring whether she's a female or not. I would care about her capability for causing violence, right? I would care about the capabilities of those two, and if one holds the power of being able to inflict physical harm on the other person, then they hold the responsibility, more of the responsibility, to not do it. The more powerful and the more strong you are, the more responsibility you have to ensure that it doesn't happen, right? And that does not mean there's any excuse for domestic violence from females to males, because it happens all the time. I actually think it happens more often than male to female. The only difference is with male to female, the damage caused is severely on a whole different scale. What if a girl attacks you? You can defend yourself. You can defend yourself. If a girl was attacking my son, I would tell him to, yeah, reasonably defend yourself. I don't know, some girls hit hard. It's irrelevant.
for the donation.
All right, hold on. I don't want to lose this game. It's an important topic, but I don't want to lose.
With your skill, it isn't a surprise they fell before you.
A passing gift. It's not over yet. Your eyes.
Middle enemy fingers.
Passing gift. Passing gift.
GG's. All right, where were we? So like if you like well let's